Hello, Spartans Elite and everybody else. There it is. If you guys take a gander at the front of the base, 10 offensive statues. I traded in my two Ice Masterpiece that I'd been boosting for my VP push. The VP push is officially over. To give you an idea of what I added, I did add a second Troop Health Guardian, so I now have three. I added three total Troop Health statues. I added a fourth Troop Damage statue, a third Troop Damage Guardian. I do have in my storage, give you guys all access to her today. I do have that GBE 17, which I know everybody in my task force will be eager for me to place. That will be placed as soon as this little run is over. I have found it, I took a guess, and as you guys see in the replay I'm going to show, I think I was right to go with the two Magma statues as opposed to just more GBE. I do have the Power Stone Chance 75 in there. And I keep that resource reward, half of us have one in storage just in case there is some massive update. There you guys also see the power powder count at 76. It was actually down to 62, but then when I traded in, actually it was even less than that. It was because I traded in the two Ice Masterpieces, got 7 each from there, a couple of shards that I could convert into crystals, getting pretty close on this guy right here. But yeah, that's what you see is what you get. The empty slots obviously were that TH14 as well as the TD13. So the replay we're going to be looking at is this guy right here, number 27 at now 1577. Obviously some kind of an Asian language character. Not sure exactly what it is. If you guys see the log though, I won't show you these because these are not top players, but if you just kind of look at the tank losses there, and you'll see the boost I'm rolling into on bases now, 140% damage, 124 on the health, and then 152, the same I've had through my entire push on the GBE with the three statues. Lost 5 there. Only lost a single tank against this guy's layout. And here we go. You see it right there. You'll see the replay though. Just lost 2 tanks against the number 27 player in the world. Double shield layout, which you can see his statues at the top there. 7 ice, but only 3 boosted. So basically the functional equivalent if you would be boosting 5. And as we've found, double shield is kind of something that as an attacker I'd like to see, because then I know that instead of a shield and a weapon that actually does damage to my troops, you just have no prototype that's doing damage. The extra troop health, as I knew it would, has really benefited these tanks. You'll see I haven't lost a tank yet. I do as I always did. I take out the left side. I come up the right. It's just what I do. It's what I'm comfortable doing. It's what I do. And I think I might lose 1 tank to this guy over here. Nope. See, that's a nice thing about just letting the tanks roam is one of them will take a shot, and then another guy moves in and he takes a shot. And with the extra troop health, if you see on the tanks there, especially from a cannon, they can definitely take a shot and keep on going. Flare to the right corner to take out the shield, and then you'll see, you guys will kind of see during this attack exactly why I didn't add the GBE, that I added the troop health and the troop damage. I still have just an abundance of GBE. I was able to throw those critters. I throw this shock on the boom cannon, take it out. I then throw another shock up on those two guys there. I kind of thought about, do I need to flare up to that cannon, boom cannon? I didn't. So I just flare back to the safety zone. And actually, believe it or not, I think I still have every single tank. I have all 18 at this point. Now, inevitably, some of the tanks move into the range of that boom cannon. So I had enough GBE to still throw critters to distract. Try to keep that front tank or two alive. I do end up losing the two tanks closest to the boom cannon. But again, top ranked player, 7 ice, 3 boosted, and just a total of 2 tanks lost. If I would have been rolling with my previous, if I had done this attack yesterday with the 8 boosted offensive statues, I humbly would think I would have won, but I probably would have had quite a few more lost tanks without that extra damage and health to mow through the defenses. And since this is kind of an all-access tour, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just show you what my map looks like. Maybe you'll get hopefully we'll get a taste of seeing all these bases go down. But I want to just show you some of the highlights here. I do have, as about the 5th time I've spawned this guy. This is the guy, changed his name once he hit 2000 VP. But this was the guy who was going by Almiratio. He's now changed his name to Almi 2K Legend. Congratulations to him on the 2000 victory points. My great nemesis, I'm come back, the one player in the global top 10 I have not yet taken down, but with 10 offensive, boy, I'm itching to get a hold of him. And this guy, who, if there's one guy who's going to be maybe more difficult to take down than even Almiratio, it's going to be this guy. Well, okay, guys, let me just go ahead and say this too. Base notes 194. What does that mean? When I scout a base, the number I put in is the building health. So Curtin has, as you can see there, 9 ice, 7 boosted. So whenever I scout a base, I do one thing and one thing only. I click on a max sniper tower, and you see in blue there the health is 10,000. And in purple, the boost is 194. The percentage would be 194% building health boost. That is the number that I plug into each and every base I scout. And if I'm rolling TRM and the boost is 116 or less, which would be the equivalent of 3 perfect building health statues boosted, then I know with just about absolute certainty, and this was with 8 offensive statues, as the base was going to go down. If the guy had 4 boosted building health, the number would be around 140 or 142, the percentage. Then I was probably going to have to be pretty darn precise with what I was doing. And for a few guys, like I'm Come Back, who actually runs with 5 boosted building health, that's when I'm potentially in a little bit of trouble. So let's just scout somebody else up, just so you guys kind of see how my mind works here. So here's a guy, 114, and again, what that means is if we go over to any max level sniper tower, there you see it, 114 is the boost. And I can tell just by looking at those numbers, this guy has 5 boosted ice in the form of 3 boosted building health and 2 boosted building damage. And if we do a map tour, you'll see there it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for this guy's layout, laser behind a shield generator, humbly speaking, especially now 10 offensive, but even with 8, this is a kind of layout that with TRM I'm quite successful at, with the approach of I'm going to take down this shock launcher and this boom cannon with GBE. The troops are going to come kind of right up the I'm going to deploy kind of between this sniper tower and this machine gun so that they come up, kind of eat their way through the base, and then these 3 defenses can all be covered with 1 shock. And that's how I'm going to approach it. I'll probably end up taking out that laser and that boom cannon before I would flare back to right about where this storage is currently, just as much out of the range of that one boom cannon, which I will not touch. And that's kind of how I scout a base. I know it's been a longer video, but since this is kind of the end of the tour, wanted to give you a kind of how my mind works. And like I say, going back to the map, we got 3 global players: Almy, I'm Comeback, and down here Curtin, which hopefully you guys will be seeing in videos later on. But just in case maybe I really screw the pooch or something, kind of the more complete look at both my map, kind of my mind behind scouting some of these bases, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Hopefully that maybe gives you a little bit of insight into how my mind works. Go back to the home base here real quick. So yeah, 10 boosted ice. I just since I'm rambling, what it's probably going to mean, if I can clear the map, I'll probably end up in the 1290s again. Probably move back up to position number 28, which would time my all-time high there. And I want to show you the guys. This guy somewhere. Where is he? This guy right here, number 41, Pop 30, or however that's pronounced. This was a guy who a week ago was around 1300 victory points. I'll show you what this guy has done. Like me, he's gone pure offensive, and so in about a week his VP has dropped 50. He does have pretty much maxed out statues, so he wasn't just a guy who just dropped all his ice like Max 2015 and then just threw a whole bunch of hodgepodge in there. He's got very decent, almost perfect statues all the way around. And so this was an intentional effort, probably like I'm doing. And so based off that, as a pure guess, if I can get up into the 1290 range at the end of this map clear, then I would say I have a fair chance of staying in this USA top 50 for probably a week. If I would drop 50 points from 1290, I'd still be in the 1240 range, and then maybe one more week to drop out of 1200 victory points, which is right where 1000 on the global ranking is, which is when you then fail or you no longer spawn top 10 players. That's kind of reserved for the top 1000 globally. But with 10 offensive statues, and there it is, guys. You guys see I got 11,000 diamonds too, so I don't mind spending diamonds on troop training. I mean, you see this one, I've obviously let go down. I'll just go ahead and give you guys the insight into that too. I will try to, on any daily basis, not use more than 500. That's kind of my internal personal limit. And so if I have a huge troop loss where, you know, the rebuild is like 170, then I just sit here and I wait. I divide how many bases. If I have, let's say, 7 bases remaining during my boost window, and I use the first 2 hours or so I still have about an hour 13 to go attacking troops, and then obviously the final hour I switch over so I can hit my task force operation. But that's kind of how my WAN works. And yeah, if anybody's wondering, yes, absolutely. I've this is the second crate that I've gotten just this year, this push. Some people don't do it. Most who go global do. I have no embarrassment admitting that I have. That must be my phone letting me know my troops are done. But and it's probably a good time to wrap this up anyway, guys. Okay, much extended video there. Kind of just was rambling at the end, but again, some insight into maybe not my secrets, but some of the tips, tricks, techniques I've been using map clearing during my push. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that one, Spartans Elite, and everybody else. I am done.